So just for you to get a picture where we are heading actually is over there. So we already have the mouse. Yeah, mouse is working. We have already selected. We have the output. We have the preset system. And we have our widgets, which we can use to control everything. So for example, let's store this one, and then you can. So yeah, this is where we are heading. Also, that you have can control different. Yeah, there's a noisy cycle with a A/B switcher, master timer, and yeah. So let's go back into our. Here it is, the MyVJ interface. Let's dive in. Let's go to our UI. And let's, yes, I turned it back on, yes. And I'm going to sit down. Oops. Okay, so we have our items here, where every of these items represents one category of components we have. The categories automatically update when we input new components with different tags and stuff like this. And what we now want to do is we want to come to the point where we actually create, where we analyze a little bit more our network to find the different styles of generators, components. Sorry, I'm a little bit slow for now. So we go into our category master, and it's still empty. And we're going to use now again a OP find that to find all the components which fit our category. So, oops, we place one. And again, we want to look inside of our engine. So we type parent myvj op engine. And we have to, again, set it to expression mode. And of course, we, again, just want to have our base comps. And now we want to have them as filters. So we can use now the tag filter to just find the ones we tagged, for example, fx or anything else. So we type in, actually give our category master now another parent shortcut and call it UI. And in the tags, we write parent UI, and we want a parameter tag. And set this one to expression, and it's looking for fx. And the problem we have here is that we still have these parentheses or the quotation marks. And so we have to get rid of the quotation marks. And the best one is to do it in our tag finder. So we go into our tag finder. And we have two ways of doing it. So one way would be to, oh no, let's just do the one way. We place a replace that. Oh no, it's not called replace. It's called a substitute. Yes. And with substitute, we can define a string and define it in another way. So what we want is we want just the quotation marks replaced by nothing. So now it looks like this without all of this quotation mark stuff going on here. And now if we go back, we can see, okay, now the tag is the real tag we are using. And we can see we got our edge and our feedback. Yeah, so I gave the category master the parent shortcut of UI. Yes, you can also do this. So we could, instead of parent.ui, we could just write this and it would be the same. But yeah, I think it's good style to just use parent shortcuts where it's basically needed, even if it's not maybe needed for now. So, and what we want here, this time we actually need a path to the component we're looking at. So we can go back to columns, and we need a path. We don't need the type. We know it, it's a base comp. And we just activate name and path. And we are going to create a user widget again to select which one we want to see. So we, for now, only need the names. So we will use a select. And we don't need the header of our table. So we remove this one by setting the start row index to 1. And we, for now, actually just need the name. So now we go into palette and look at the widgets again. And we are now using another one. We are going to use the button radio. So yeah. Finding anything? I don't know. Is it working for you? Okay, so just so we get on the same page again. We are on control. And we have our category master with the parent shortcut UI. And the tag fx in this case. Which is a custom parameter we just created. Is everyone having this one? It's here, this one? Yeah. Yeah, I just deleted it, so yeah, so we can start over. Yeah. Huh? Yes, yes, so we can do it again. Yeah, you don't have to if you already have it, but okay. Yes. So we have our tag, we have our category master, we have our parent shortcut UI. Okay, so we go inside and we place an OP find. For the component, we're at first enabling the expression mode. It's giving us an error because there's no valid expression. And we type in parent myVJ. And inside of the myVJ, we want to have the engine. Oops. Oh, yeah. Okay. And we are now looking at, again, all the components inside of our engine. And we want to filter out, for example, the out top. So we're going to filters. And for the type, we type in base comp. And for the tags, we want to have the control parameter tag. So we type in parent, then we ask for the UI, because this is the parent shortcut we gave it. And we ask for a parameter, and we ask for tag. Now nothing happens at first, but we have to, again, enable the expression mode on our parameter. Huh? Okay, this is more complicated than it should be. Yeah, because, okay, yeah, I see the problem. Okay, some people still have the problem that the FX has the quotation marks. So to get rid of the quotation marks, we go into our tag finder, one level above, and we place a substitute that. And with the substitute that, we can replace string characters with something else. And in this case, we are removing this way because we say, okay, take every quotation mark you find and remove it. Huh? Yes. Yes. So every quotation mark gets replaced. So I think it was the same for you. Yeah. Okay. So back to our category master. Yeah, it wasn't there. I think we did it before. Okay. And we are looking for the we don't need the type, we just need the name, and we will need the path of the component. So we can go into the columns and disable type and look for the path. So it should look like this at the columns page. At the filter page, it should look like have the base comp and the reference to the parameter tag and the parent myVJ and reference to the engine. Yeah. Okay, so now we just want to have the two names, in this case, edge and feedback. So to filter them out for us to use in a button radio, we use select. We select rows by index and remove the first one. And the same one for the columns, but we just want to have the first column. So we have edge and feedback. And we're going to place a button radio widget here. And in this case, for the button labels, we're going to just call this one ops. And we're saying op ops dot text. And again, we need to so now we have a nice button radio. But we want to have it on the right side. So what we're going to do is have a look up here, or maybe go inside, and we say category master, and we say view. We go to layout, and now we're going with the anchors, going to work with anchors again. So we set the horizontal mode to fill. No, sorry. We set the vertical mode to fill. And we set the anchors for the horizontal mode and say the right anchor sits at maybe not 0.1, but it looks all very janky. So we go to children and again say top to bottom. And it still doesn't look so nice. Because I think you have to horizontal. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so no, it doesn't. Because, yeah, here, radio line. This is what we are looking for. You also have to change the radio line to top to bottom. And also our label looks a little bit full. So we changed not the width, we set it to. At the radio, you have the radio line. And yeah, you set the radio line to top to bottom. And you also set the children mode, the align mode, to top to bottom. In the layout, I set the anchors. I set the vertical mode to fill and the horizontal mode to right anchor 0.1. So here on the right, you can see it, what it looks like for now. And also the label for the moment is, actually we don't need it, the label, so we can just use our display parameter and just disable it. And yeah, doesn't look so nice. Maybe let's set the this one. We just in the radio, we're just referencing our ops stat. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so now if we go back up, go to our replicator and recreate all operators, you see, okay, we have ramp noise, noise sphere. They don't look so nice but for now, but this is okay. So here we have our generator components. Here we have our FX components. And here we have our control component, which is just one, but that's okay. Yes. You have to press the recreate all operators button on the replicator. It's here. Okay. So yeah, this is why I should have. Okay, so for UI reasons now, yeah, question? No, okay. So now let's align all of this stuff in a way we can use it. So we go back to control. We say children and top to bottom. So it aligns all its children from top to bottom. And we want to have our category select to actually fill the whole thing. So if we, for now, have a look, it should look like this. So we can now click around. And for the height, we wanted use anchors. So now it's set, the top anchor is set to 1, and the bottom anchor is set to 0.0. So again, we have a nice relative size. And yeah, let's do the same for a category master. Let's set the horizontal mode again to fill. And the vertical mode again with anchors. We set the top anchor to the bottom anchor of our category select. So say .9. So now if we, just for a short moment, enable our display flag. We have to, yeah, let's just enable the display flag. Okay, so now we see our category master is on top, even though we want to switch it around, because, oh yeah, I think because we are using anchors, we don't need to use the whole align spiel. You can just set this one to none, and now it's working again. Yeah, okay, so let's have a look for the anchors again. For the category select, we set the top anchor to 1, which is here, and the bottom anchor to 0.9, which is here. And we do the same in the category master. We set the bottom anchor to 0, which is here, and the top anchor to 0.9, which is the bottom side of our category select. Okay, so now let's select our item. And I think the easiest way to do it is we disable our display. And we place a select comp, which is here. So we can, again, background color, maybe set it to green. And so the nice thing about the select comp is we don't have to do the whole layout situation because it got the really nice match size. So we turn this one on, and the moment we select another panel with our select, it will match the size. So if I put in item 0 here, oh yeah, we have to recreate our operators for the whole size to work. And so if we look at our category select and look at the values we see when we select something, you see it's like fx is the 0, generator is the 1, control is the 2, which corresponds with the item 0, item 1, item 2, and so on. So in this select, we can write a nice expression, which just goes OP item huh? Okay. So we can now write a nice expression to select. Yes? No, okay. So we are writing OP item. And I think we're going to use the format route. And we are writing these curly brackets around the 0. And what we can do now is when we write format, and if we write in, for example, a 1, and again, enable expression mode, we have to, no, because I format, he's replacing the curly bracket 0 with what we've written here. Just a fancy way of inserting stuff into your strings. And what we actually want to insert is the value of the parameter of our category select. So we can write in OP category select, and we want the parameter value 0, and he doesn't like it. Oops. Sorry. It's just. Okay. Yeah, of course. So what we're doing with the format is we have let's just remove this, maybe, no. We will come to this one. So what we do with the format is we replace the curly brackets 0 with our argument. So in this case, the value of, actually, I think that's a bad idea because it's not optimized, right? Okay, so, huh? Yeah. Okay, so let's stitch it. Yeah. Yeah, okay, let's do it. So, what was it hovering? No. Yeah. Okay, so what you can see here is non-type. You can actually see what is returned for this expression. And if we remove all of this format stuff here and just type in item, OP item, and hover again, yeah. So here you can see the optimized, keyword being present, which means that this expression is evaluated way faster than non-optimized. So especially for bigger projects, when you have a lot of these expressions, it's good to aim for optimized Python expressions. But yeah. So maybe let's do something else and use a plus operator, just very basic. So we can just write plus, and for example, if we take a 1, it will give us an error because it's an integer. Yeah? No. Okay. So we have to actually say that it's a string. And so now we can just use the value of our category select parameter value 0. So maybe just, yes. Oh God, it's, okay, but we get an error, which is understandable. Because we are actually getting not the 1, 0, 1, or 2. What? No, okay. But we're getting the control or the generator or the fx. And we can quite easily just typecast again to an int. Oh, it's not working. Okay, this is weird. It's not working this way. Yeah. Okay. It's yes. Okay, capital V. Okay. But oops, indexy. Woo. Okay. Thanks a lot for this one. So I will just copy it into here. Oops. It's unoptimized. Let me just. Oh, it's not optimized. So good to know. Let's see if this. Yeah, what it. Yeah, okay, it's not working. Okay, that's it's a pity. So we will do it unoptimized. Yeah, but then you will have actually double the conversion because you will have to convert. First, you will have to convert to an integer because chops generally are floating float values, and then you will have to convert it to a string, which are just like two conversion operations. So yeah. So does everyone have this expression? Okay. Huh? Yeah. So now here we have our, when we switch this one, we can see that also our menu here is changing. Do you have a replicator? Is this working for everyone? Yep, yep. Okay. Yeah, but we won't need to type it anywhere, so I will just leave it. Category. Maybe that's just. Okay, so. Oh, really? Okay, so we're going to do basically the same now again inside of our item. So we go inside of our category master. And now we're going to create a container again. And call this one UI container. And again, with the horizontal mode, we want to fill everything With a vertical mode, we set anchors and we say, okay, it's the other way around, sorry. And our left anchor sits at 0.0. So let's have a look at some orange. And we can see now we fill our right side and our left side has a select. And again, we are using a replicator. Our master operator is our UI container. And our template is our OP find. It's a lot of nested inside of nested but basically doing the same. Sorry, I will be back in a minute. So the UI container just has the left anchor at 0.1 and the right anchor at 1. So like the opposite of our button radio, which sits at 0.1 and 0. So we're going to do the same now again with our select. Huh? Ah, okay. I think it was there. Ah, okay, so we'll wait. Oh, who needs it? Over there. Just ignore me for a second. Where is it? Okay, are we on the same page, everyone? Okay. So let's dive in again into control. Okay. Have it into our category master. And our UI container. And now we will start, because basically this is the last step we are doing now. or the one step before the last step. All of this preparation. We are again going to create one of the select comps. So again, comp select, and we again want OP item plus, let's call this one comp select OP comp select dot par dot value 0. I want to have the value. Huh? And we get an error because we have to make this one the value 0 dot value to string. And we're getting nothing because currently we are looking for an item 0, but we don't have an item 0. But as we are working with integers, we can just put a +1. Are we in our category master? Yeah, perfect. So now if we change this button here, we also select item 1 and item 2, which by now look the same. So we have this prepared, and we can come to UI generation. Finally. Okay, so we, if everyone has it, we open the palette, go to UI, and there we have our tools, which are here. And yeah, here's the auto UI component. And we're just going to place the auto UI component in here. And what this one does is it analyzes, it does basically all the work for us. It analyzes a component and looks for all the custom parameters and creates widgets for every custom parameter inside of a by us defined container. So for example, we're going to do it now by hand. We go into our engine on the one side. And now let's take the ramp. We will drop the ramp in our custom comp parameter. We're then going to define where we want to have the widgets created. So in this case, we want to have them created in our item 1. And it needs a widget container where all the widgets are located with also a dot where it is defined what parameter gets what kind of widget. And funny enough, all of this stuff is also already created. So we drop it into our UI. So we go to UI for a short moment, open our palette, and at package, you have the basic widgets package. And we just drop it in. And this will take a moment. And what is important is at panel, we disable the display. Maybe it should be by default disabled. And now if we, this is all we have to do. And now if we go back to control and then to our category master, we have a look at our auto UI and you see, okay, it already filled all of this stuff in by hand. So now let's close this one for now. We have our custom comp set to engine/ramp. We want to create our UI in item 1. We know where we get our widgets from, and we just have to press generate UI. And you see that it spells ramp and nothing else. This is because you again have to set the children mode, the alignment mode, to top to bottom. And there you have your widgets. You can now just, yeah. So what happens if there are more widgets than fitting into our container here? It's quite easy. We can just use the vertical scroll bar and just set it to on, and then we have a scroll bar on the right side here. But this one was done in item 1. So the moment we use our replicator to recreate our operators, they vanish, which is unfortunate. So let's do it again for our UI container, for our master. We set children to top to bottom, and we activate the horizontal scroll bar. Okay, so how do we not have to make all of this stuff by hand? It's quite easy. We can use the replicator callbacks. And as you can see in here, we can access all operators created by our replicator when we newly replicate anything. It says new ops, new operators, but we're going to replace it with all operators. So now, for example, if we just write in print and say C and press replicate all operators, we can have a look at text ports and that. And see, okay, item 1 and item 2. So maybe cleared. Now if I say recreate all operators, we have item 1 and item 2. And with this information, we can automate all of this, what we did by hand here. So let's do it. We say OP auto UI dot parameter dot UI equals C. So it will do it every time. So when we run it now, it will set the UI at first to item 1, then to item 2. Nothing more. Then we have to say what is the component we actually want to create our widgets for. And we have them right here in our OP find. So we say again, OP auto UI dot par dot custom comp equals maybe let's edit it here so we have a better overview. We say op find one, and we want to have our row. So we know it's item 1 and item 2. So we already see this one here, 1 and 2. So we say c.digits, and we want to have the column number 1. We want to have the path to the object. So we say 1. Okay, so we set everything up. And so we just say op auto UI dot par dot create UI, and we want to pulse it. Should be a generate UI, not create. Okay, let's try. Let's go to our replicator and recreate our operators. And we get an error. Nice. What? Do you have any idea what this is? Invalid syntax. Okay, no. Probably something like this. Just doing it for item 1. Just doing it for item 2, which just skips item 1 completely. Huh. This is not working as intended. Okay, so what we can do instead, because I think there's a problem with it pulsing this one, we can just see. Yeah. Okay, because inside of the auto UI is an extension, and what pressing the generate UI pulse parameter is just doing, it's calling a function. And the function is called generate UI. So instead of pulsing this parameter, we can just call generate UI like this without a par. Let's save this one. So now let's try again. Nope. No items here. Okay. Okay, there's a weird situation. Huh? Ah, okay. Ah, shit. Yeah, okay. This is. Okay, so there's a situation. Okay, now it should work. Yay! Yeah, but it's. Whoa. Yeah. Because something inside of yours. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Yeah, what is it? It's. Oh, it's the replicator. And replicator is having a cook time of 410 milliseconds. Yeah. This is a really good question. I think there's some kind of reference. Yeah, item 2 is doing something in the with the replicator. Okay, I think we found a bug. Yeah, because in the UI container over here, you have to set the alignment from top to bottom. Oh, really? Okay, let me have a look. Yeah. I don't know. Not the select, but well, there are your items. And you say children, top to okay. Do you have any custom parameters set? Okay, this is really, really interesting. Yeah. Ooh. Uh, yeah, I think you're basically missing. Yeah, you're completely missing the custom parameters. It has no custom parameters, so yeah. The UI is the container where you place your widgets inside. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yes. Huh. What did you delete?
Wow, he just recreated the replicator completely. Like it
Okay.
would have like a hanging reference or something.
Oh, maybe.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he did this whole thing,
Yes.
made a new replicator,
Okay.
and then it's not.
Maybe. Okay. Let's maybe try this one. Ah. Okay. Okay. This is really interesting.
Wait, why is it?
Yeah, because
Why is
like
it calling on replicate over and over again?
I don't know. So now I just changed the
It thinks
all
like
ops to new ops.
yeah, it thinks the table is cooking or something.
Yeah. Okay. So we found the solution. Was my mistake. Just replace the all ops I wrote in there with new ops, and now it's yeah. Now it's working. Okay. So now if we can. Okay. Does everyone have this? Ah. Okay. I will go over it once more. We have our UI container. Display set to off. Just for forgot about this one. We set the children mode from top to bottom, and that's it. We have our replicator, which has the UI container as a master, and we are using our op find one as our template to replicate. And in our replicator callbacks with new ops, not all ops, but just new ops, we set the UI parameter of our auto UI component to C, which is one of the newly created operators. We set the custom comp to the base in our engine we want to access. And we look at then call a function of the auto UI called Generative UI. Yes, of course. Yes. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, but just when we put in here the new ops, the all ops, and not just the new ops. So, yeah, it has a hiccup. So yeah. Okay, but with new ops, it's working soon. Because we are also anyway using recreate all operators. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Everyone has it? Perfect. So now if we go up to control, oh, this looks ugly. Why does it look so ugly? Yeah, match size. Yeah. And for this one, we also have to set the left, no, left anchor to 0.1, I think. Should, yeah. Okay, so for the select, again, we have to use the match size. Huh? Oh, really? Yeah, okay, no, looks good, looks good. Yes, this is what I am referring to currently. So you have a problem. Yeah. I think Ivan is. Huh? Yes. Okay, so I think after this, I will make another round with the new component, so all of you have it. So yeah, at our select, at layout, we have to set the left anchor to also 0.1, just like here. So if we look up, it looks like this. Huh? Yeah, on the select, I set it first, match size. Yeah. Okay, so now we have our category master, we have our select, we have our item 0, 1, 2, save. And now if we press recreate all operators in the control level, we have all of them. And we can select them here. So if we go up one more, just look at the UI here. We can now select and control them nicely. Okay, is everyone on the level or should I copy this? Copy, copy, okay. Who needs it? 1, 2. So the nice thing is with this auto UI is that it's using binding. So when we look in here, just as an example, and go into our engine. Okay. What? Okay. Okay. Weird issue again. Why is... Oh. Okay. What? Oh, crap. Yeah, okay, there's still a mistake. Sorry for this. Because I gave you a 41. Yeah. She's interesting nonetheless. So if we have a look at our item 1, 0, 1, and 2. But why is it... I'm just wondering. Okay, and this is a... oh, okay, I see. I see. Because now we are using the new ops. So when we have a look at item 1, where we actually want to have our generators, we see that we still have 2fx, like the feedback and the edge, which is not what we want. So we have to force this replicator to recreate our operators and not just add operators. And because we are just using the new operator and not the all operator, he just is like, okay, I still have my components, so I keep what I have from my master, which is here, and the master already has some stuff going on. So let me just... but then it's showing an error. Sucks. Now we don't want to have errors. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going into the replicator callbacks again, but this time for the control elements. And we're saying C, which is the item 0, item 1, item 2. And we're saying OP replicator 1, which is inside of item 1. And we say dot par recreate all okay. Oops. How we got an do we have a what? What is... really weird. Okay. Yes. So this is in control, our replicator. We have to add this one because we are not using the. Yeah, you're having the same issue, I think. So, fucking me up a little bit. Yeah, so I suppose you're getting an error on item 0. And it is because of this select, because there's something weird happening, and you can just resolve the issue by right click and force cook. Can you right click on this select? Oh, yeah. And just force cook, and then the issue should be gone. It's a little bit weird currently. But now, finally, we have a look at our UI. We can, let's look at the feedback. Sweet. So does everyone have this? Okay, so we have our categories and we have our single. So we can have the speed exponent. We have it in just one place. So what we still need is, we still want to know what component we are working with. So it would be nice if the selected comp we have here actually gives us, yeah, the component we're currently selecting. So like here and here. Yes. Yeah, it's just a switch here. Yeah. Yes. Oh, it's not. Oh, okay. Yeah. Um. Okay, this is a really interesting one. We have to go back to control, and I think it is in the category master. Our comp select here needs to have the value of 0 before you replicate. Add values and just set it to 0. And now if you replicate again, it should all start. Where's the replicator? Here. Yeah. Okay, so now we have this. We want to select the right component. for a select comp. So we can go into our item 0. And here we have the different components we could select, theoretically. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a select that here. Nice music, really. And we want to select the rows we actually currently have selected here. So we say select rows by index, and yeah, the opfind one. And we are inside of item 0. And we go to comp select, grab our value 0, grab it over here and say start row index, and just reference it. And we're going to copy this one over here too. But we're starting here at 0, and the first row is still the header of our table. So we're just going to put in a +1 here and a +1 here. So now we get the path to the object, to the component we want to actually select. So let's rename, put in a null here, and call this one selected OP. And what I forgot is we're still in item 1. So the moment I just say now recreate all operators, this one will vanish. So let's grab the select 3 and the selected OP. Selected, actually. Let's cut this one out and put it into our category master. And recreate our operators. Okay, so now we have inside of all of this, we have our selected operators, which is nice, but we need them outside. So what we can do is we can use a merge that, place it, and now we can say, for example, item 0 / selected OP, and we have this one. And we can say selected 1, and yeah, we don't want to put it in by hand. So with a lot of the select chops, select dots, and especially the merged one, we can just use the asterisk. Put it, oops, put this one in here. And we select inside of every component with the name item anything. We select this stuff. Huh? Yeah. So inside of our item, we have the select 3 and our null named selected OP, which changes according to what we select here in our comp select, which is a bad name, but. And we have to put this one in our category master at first here. Just. Yeah. And then we go up in control and use a merge that. and put in item, and then this asterisk, which just means everything with the name item and anything afterwards. So item 0, item 1, item 2, item 3, item blah, item 1,000,000, item my mom. Doesn't matter. Always select everything inside and just put every row after another. So when we change our selection in item 1, it will also change here. And same is for this one. Yeah, it's what do you mean? The what? Sorry. Yeah, I dragged in the value 0 from our comp select. So when we change this one, and then you have to set it to +1. What? Yes. It's the same. So row index start and row index end are the same. And you have to put this in the category master, not into the item, because yeah, it's our selected op. Sorry. It's just a null, but you could theoretically also just select 3. You could rename it to selected op, but yeah. Wait, this is really, really strange. See again. So, okay, then it works. Let me just, I don't know, try to force cook this one. Yeah. Let me have a look if I still have the problem. No, I'm not having the problem anymore, so maybe this is the reason. Okay, everyone has this one. Oops. Ivan. Okay, so I continued during. We're just doing the same again. We are putting in select. Oops, not serial. Select. And for select rows, we go to our category select, take the value 0, and do the same again. No, I think it's the same. I had it once, and I just force cooked it once, and then. Okay, so this way we're selecting always the right thingy, the right component in the right category, which is currently selected. We just put in another null and just call this one again selected op. So we go one up into our UI, go into preview, and go to our OP viewer, which currently is not doing anything except saying selected comp. And here we type in, actually we can just, no, we can't. We say OP master UI, which is this one. Bullshit. We say parent.master UI, sorry. And then we are looking inside of control for our selected OP. And we're looking for the path. So we are looking for row 0, column 1. And of course, we have to so we are looking for parent master UI, which is this one. And inside of our UI, we are looking for the operator in control with the name selected OP. And we want row 1, which is this one, and column 1, because we want to have the path to the component inside of our engine we want to view. This is the parent shortcut we created for this component here. So if you look into my VJ interface, we have our engine and we have the UI. And the UI has a parent shortcut. No, this one was master UI. Yeah, we merge. Okay, so this way, when we have a look at our UI, we always see the component we have currently selected, and also if we switch the category, it also automatically selects the right component. Flashy. Oh, this one looks lasery. But it still says selected comp over here, so we can also go inside of UI, preview, and we can just copy this expression and go to our label. And instead of selected comp, we ask for the same again, control and selected OP, but we want to have the first column, which holds the name, which is ramp. So now if we select anything, also here we say noise, ramp, noise sphere, change the amplitude. Increase the roughness a little bit. Make it low. Go to the FX and play around a little bit here. And I think we can go to Mutex with this one. So okay, and this basically is the generative interface side of things. So we have one quarter left here. And for this one, we all need to be on the same page. So again, I'm going to give you the thingy. Can I have the stick? Sticky, stick, stick. What? Hmm? Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. No, no, not 00, but 01. Ah, you cleaned up, yes. So it should engine switch. Okay, let's look into the engine. What the engine has to say about it. Up. Oh. This is interesting. Let's save this. Just drop this one in here. Huh. No, it's all right. It should do it. Oh, I have like a really buggy version or something. What? Yeah, okay. Yes. Oh, oh yeah. Say this one to Ivan. I think they work, but they just don't update the visual. You hear this, Ivan? The toggle widget is not really working. I don't have one here, but over there. Here's one monochrome, and I mean they have an effect, but it's just the visual just doesn't update. But I had this one also already. Yeah. Where's the USB stick? Ah, there. Oh, looks so nice. Yeah, it has some issues. Weird. No, the auto UI was made by this guy. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is something we can talk about in the Ask Us Anything. So, because I would like to go to presets, so we have the presets there. It is possible, definitely, but we just have to. Okay, everyone has the current project open. Yes. Yeah. Yes. What exactly do you mean? Yeah. I think it can't really. So you would have to, yeah, yeah. One of, I mean, you probably can like just put in the horizontal sliders, not the vertical sliders, but then you would just have like a big nothing where it's so yeah, all or nothing. preset 0, but yeah, okay, sorry, my bad. How? No, it's just for us because it wants at least one line in a function. So what we also need for recall is we need an ID of the preset recalled. So and finally, we need a way to delete our preset. So delete preset and what preset to kill. Just say it. So to store a preset, we first are going to copy our preset 0 and yeah, create a new one. So what we can do is we can say self owner comp, which is this component here where we are currently in, and we say copy, and then we say which component we want to copy inside of this owner comp. And we want to copy our preset 0. Copy self owner comp OP. Or actually what we can do is we can create an attribute we can use in our function calls. So when we just say self preset template, we can now just write in the copy as self.preset template. And as we want to access our newly created preset, we just have a new preset equals self.ownercomp.copy, and we copy our preset template. Now we have to make our preset visible for us so we can interact with it. So we say new preset dot par display equals true. And we want to give it an ID, a unique ID. So how do we get one? We can just generate a so-called UUID. Oh, okay. So we need a new USB stick for later. So what we can just do is we say import UUID on the first line. And UUID is a native Python module which can create just IDs for us. So what we can do is we say new ID equals UUID dot UUID4. And because this one is a UUID object, we just have to say, please give me this thing as a string. What is the 4? The 4 is there are different styles of UUID you can generate, and some need a seed, some not. And the UUID 4 just doesn't take any arguments in its call. It's just giving you something very long and very big. And so the idea behind a UUID is that it's it's a randomly generated really long number with so many different possibilities to create that it's basically impossible to create the same UUID twice in the history of the world. Like, I think you have 100 times or 100 million times the amount of UUIDs than you have stars in the universe, something in this direction. It's going, because it's like, I think it's a hex value, and it has like 24 digits. So 24 by 24 by 24 by 24 by 24 by 24 by 20. So way too big. So it's a really easy way to get a unique ID. So we want, for a new preset, the par ID to be our new ID. So let's try this one. Okay, we have the copy error again, so I have to copy it in by hand here. So what we can do, we can now go into our yes. So I said, but I think it might not be really necessary. But I said parent shortcut preset master, just like we have with we have a UI master, control master, stuff like this. And what we can do now in our button momentary here, the store, we can go onto the button page. No, to the values page. And put this one away. And here we can put in a script, which will be called every time we press the button. So what we can just write in here in the widget, so we don't need to create any nodes or executes or whatever, because they're all inside. We can just write parent and now if we press this button, we see we created a preset 1. And if we press it again, we create a preset 2, and so on and so forth. And if we look, you can see we have a really nice, long, intricate, unique identifier for a preset. Yeah, it's... Okay, so we have the problem that we don't have any values. We have an ID, we have a UI element for a preset. So let's let's store our values. So how can we do it? What we might need is a list where we can store all our values inside. So let's say preset values as a variable, and we want it to be an empty list. So we use the hard brackets as the empty list. Then we need a list of all the base comps in our engine block. So we create a new variable called base comps, and we need to find the children in our engine which are base comps on one level. So what we say is we say parent.myVJ so we are looking at our engine and we're calling the find children function. And we say type equals base comp. And what is it for the maximum depth? I think it's okay, with underscore. No. Yeah, okay. Okay. So, okay, this is. Yeah, it's. I mean, I'm a fan of this, but sometimes it's a. And because maybe we have also some base comps in the underlaying inside of our base comps with the custom parameters, we just say, okay, our max depth is just 1. So maybe let's have this one in full screen. What? Yeah, this is perfect. That's what it's supposed to do. Yeah, they all over, they all lay under the preset. Yes, you could theoretically, but you're not going inside anymore after we have the script ready. So I'm just like, meh, just delete them. So now we have a list of all the components containing custom parameters. So let's cycle through them. We can do it by for O in base comps and just go in. Oh, I have a D too much D's. I'm still on. And what we now want to do is we want to iterate over every parameter we have in stop flickering. Every parameter of the base comp. So again, we say for P in O.customParse. Which just means we're using the variable name P to iterate over every custom parameter of the operator we're currently looking at. So what are we going to do with it? We are going to store it. So we have just going to say PV, and we are going to use a so-called dictionary, which is basically the Python equivalent of a struct or a JSON object. Stop it. But so we can easily, it's more for us to easily read. We use the these curly brackets here. We say parameter as a name for the element. And we just say, okay, P is our parameter. So we are not saving the component we're looking at because we don't care about the component we're looking at. We're looking at the parameter, and we're saving the parameter where we want to assign a value. And then we say value p dot value. So now we have this PV, which is just like preset value. Huh? Come again? You mean this one? It doesn't matter if it's there or not, but it's a good style to just have it there, because now if you're later like, oh, I have to add something, you don't need to write it, but you can just press enter and it will be there, and the compiler doesn't care about it. And now that we have our PV, we want to put it into our list. So we say preset values, which is our empty list, and we say append PV. So now we have a list, and inside of this list we have every parameter and a value at the current state. So we have to store it. And for this we can just use the store function. So what the store function is doing is it's saving an object or a list or a dictionary or anything basically inside of an operator, and you can export it. It is consistent over saves if you move the file somewhere, stuff like this. So we say self.ownercomp.store, and we have to give it a key and the value. So I think we already have our key. It's pretty easy. It's the new ID. And we have also the value, which is preset values. Yes. Yes. We're saving the object, the real object. So we can just recall it. So yeah, but later on we want to give it the value it has currently. So this is why we are putting it into a dictionary. So we have both. We have the value and we have the parameter. And we have them both in one easy to read object. So how do we recall something like this? It's pretty easy because we have the ID. We can just fetch a element. We do it by saying self.ownercomp.fetch, and we feed it the ID. And so now we have a list of all the dictionaries with parameters and values. So what we can just do is, okay, we have preset values equals. The recall is just looking inside our storage for the values we saved once and assign them back. So we fetch the list of items by using our ID, which we use to store. And so we have a list, and we can just say for PV in preset values. And so now PV is a dictionary. So we can just say PV parameter dot value, because this is the parameter we saved. And then we can say equals PV dot value. And that's it for the recall. Yeah, sure. Yes. Yeah. This is it works really nice this way. I was also first thinking about, but then you have to put in like the operator and the yes. But I tried it and it works this way, so I'm just like, okay, this is really easy to do. Because we saved it here. So this one is here. This one is here. Yeah. He doesn't care about the comp because it's an object in itself, the parameter. Yeah, it does. So, and also we want to delete a preset. What we do for deleting a preset is we actually take the preset container we created and we just destroy it. But also we unstore all the values we save because they would just take up space. So we say self owner comp and just say unstore and say preset.par.id.value. And then we say preset destroy. And this is a preset system. Quite simple. And let's maybe check if it actually works. Yes. Yeah. Yes. It's a table. So you would create new operators and this is a really good question. I'm not sure, but yeah. Yeah, so theoretically you could also take, we could also save the expression mode, the mode if it's an expression or if it's just a static value. And also I think because we are not doing the whole get attribute stuff, because we are saving the actual parameter. We're not saving the name of the parameter or anything, we are saving the actual parameter and storing it away. So I think this one is faster because you just take the parameter, have the values, say, and goodbye. And you don't have to like look, okay, where's my component? Okay, here's my component. Do you have the attribute? Give me your attribute with this name and then just assign the value. But this way you're just having the parameter and don't care about the component itself. If this is clear. But this is, yeah, I'm a more code heavy person to say. And I mean, it's less code. It's pretty easy readable. And theoretically, you could also export the preset values as a JSON. Now you can't because it's the parameters. Basically, you could convert it to a JSON object, but then I don't know how the parameter would look like in a JSON object. Yeah. 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 Yeah, this is what he was asking. And I would be more the person to say, okay, I save it as JSON and not in a table. But I think this is... Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so what we're doing is we are creating an empty variable and we're giving it an ID. And we're fetching what we just stored before, which is a list of dictionaries. And then we are going through every element of our list and just take and fetch the parameter from our dictionary. It's, okay.
The parameter up there.
Yes.
It's just a parameter, right? It could be frequency.
Yeah.
And long is fine.
Yeah.
So what I don't understand is why this is calling that dot.
Okay. So let's save. Let's see if it actually did it this time. No, it didn't. So again, I have to copy the shit here. Okay, so what we can do now is we go into our presets here, and for the thing here, so when we press the recall button, we want to have maybe just give it also a parent shortcut, like preset. So we go into our preset master, and we are saying on, off to off. We're saying a parent dot preset master recall preset, and we're giving it an ID, and the ID is saved in the preset 0 as a parameter ID. So we can just say parent dot preset dot par dot ID value. Okay, so we maybe let me just open this one again. So, boop. So we have our preset master, and we are calling recall preset, and we have to give it an ID. And the ID is the preset 0 has a parameter with an ID. So we are giving it its preset 0 and give it a parent shortcut. Oh, on time. Okay. And yeah, basically what we also do is at the delete, we do the same. We say on off to on. We say parent dot preset master delete preset, and we say parent dot preset. So don't push this button now in your preset 0, because you would delete all the work. You're done. So don't do it. No, because we take the ID in our delete preset function. Okay. I would say, let's see what happens. I hope it works. So we press store. Okay, we got a new one. Oops. Is our preset 0? We press OK. So this one works. Yeah, did you put in the... Oh yeah, yes, on off to off script. You're in preset 2. You have to put it in preset 0. Which is the... you have too many presets, so yeah, delete this one. Okay, and I think now... Yeah, I think you put it in the wrong preset. Okay. Let's see if it works. So we store a preset. Say, okay, this is our first preset. And this looks really funny. So is it working for you? Oh no, you get an error. Okay. Let's see what the error is. Preset delete preset. Let me see what the error is. So. Ah, fuck. I think this one isn't supposed to be. Huh? Oh, what does it say there? Okay. output? What? Let's maybe just do some something like this. Oh, fuck me. What's happening? I mean, it's working, so maybe just ignore it. I don't know. This is maybe something for Ivan. Yes! You're getting errors. Let's have a look. So, who is it working for? Okay, so let's save our VJ interface. Doop, 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 doop. Oh. No. In this case, you need in control, you need to like select it. So here's the, for everyone who wants it. Let's see. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, God, it's destroyed. Oh, the word. Okay, so funny enough, even I didn't think so. We are really on time what my first timetable suggested. So, yeah, I hope. I don't know how to end this now and if to end, but it's time. No, it's not. I mean, at least I'm here for another week, so I don't know. Maybe you can give me a beer, something. I really like beer. So we still have half an hour officially. So like the teachy part is finished. You can take the interface. If you have questions, you can just probably just write me on the Discord. I think it's the best solution. The Discord, alphamoonbase.berlin is my name on Discord. So if you are in this Touch Designer Discord, just hit me up. If not, join it. It's a really good, great resource. Alphamoonbase.berlin.